G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Bloodied Powerfist with 40% faster swing speed and +1 strength. This is Becca's main weapon. I did have this one, which I killed Earl in 2 punches with, but for day-to-day usage, I found this one to be better because the faster swing speed allowed for better crowd control, because you only ever needed 1 punch to kill a thing, so you may as well make it punch faster, right? So, we're doing 286 damage with this thing. Obviously, our strength is boosting that as a sort of starting point, but for now, we haven't got any perks or any bloodied effects actually adding into that. So 286 is a fairly good starting point in today's damage model. So let's go ahead and boost this. Now, the multiplicative bonuses out of this is not going to be too much, but keep in mind that the game still sort of compensates for the fact that you don't need 9 perks in Iron Fist to make it work. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit stronger off the bat. We're going to go with Bloody Mess, even though it's pretty not a great pick for this. If you wanted to go full survivability mode, you could grab Ricochet as well as Serendipity, but we may as well add that on. I don't really rate that perk anymore. It doesn't seem to do a lot, but we're doing 306 damage, which is not a lot compared to the old style, but it's plenty of damage these days, right? And yes, here are my legendary perks. I've got this at rank 3, so 50% chance of making them explode if I punch them, which is good. I've got strength maxed out. Strength doesn't stack multiplicatively on your melee damage anymore, so this is less important than it was usually. Potentially you could put those on the back burner for these ones, which give you an RNG, a roll at a amount of bonus damage, which may in like over time be better than this in a sustained fight, but yeah, for consistency's sake, I've got strength all the way up. I've also got that if we want to block, which I don't do during this entire video. Whoops. And we've also got this. We barely use VATS at all, but a 30% chance to make things explode and do area damage around us. Great for crowd control. This comes in a little bit later when we're shooting Scorch Beasts with the shotgun. Gives us an extra 20% multiplicative damage bonus on them whilst I've shot them with Enforcer, bringing them down and punching them. And it does slightly better damage, and they've got a chance to explode when we hit them. So, when we kill them, sorry. So yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Okay, welcome to the car emoji factory, and as you can tell, this thing is churning out car emojis full bore, seemingly for only one place, and that is my comment section. But, oh, I didn't show you the damage, did I? 528. And we seem to have overshot the Bloodied a little bit. Normally, I'd like to be sitting just a little bit above 20%, but whoops, I was explaining my legendary perks for too long, so regardless of that, we're getting the 3 times additive bonus, and we're killing them in 1 shot, so it's good stuff. We are using the sneak attack critical. We probably can't kill them as easily if we weren't using sneak criticals, but in the case of staying alive and not using stim pack or any unnecessary things, many explosions happening right now. Tell you what, if you've got epilepsy, this would not be a good perk to run. Right, we're in danger now. Still one-shot him. Good, good. Also, I should probably show you my gear because it's pretty important. So, obviously it's going to be all unyielding stuff, and that's 563 with that 60% adrenaline damage. Obviously, that is more additive because that's not giving me nearly as much, but I'm getting 49. I could boost it up a little bit further if I chucked on solar power. No, something about... Is it solar powered? The one that gives you strength if you're in the day, and endurance too. But all of this is unyielding +1 strength, so, Becca can bench. Becca can bench a lot. Speaking of Becca, right, I was watching this Netflix show a while ago. It's one of those, like, supposed to be creepy shows, but it then turned out to be kind of like this weird love story, but there were just ghosts and shit going around. It was more of a mystery thing. I enjoyed it regardless, apart from a couple of eye-rolling moments here and there, but there was this character in it. She was they're all like the thing was called The Haunting of Bly Manor, and they had a British black person chick, not African British, I don't fucking know. Look, she was black, she was a chick, she was British, and her name was Becca. Called her Beck. So I was like, wait a minute, nah. And then she got killed by, whoops, spoilers, she got killed by some sort of ghost thing, but I mean, you could punch ghosts to kill them, right? This Becca's fine. Okay, now we're inside the place, and it looks like they're on Smoko because work has halted and I'm not hearing the machines churning out those car emojis. Hey, that's a cool drop. If only it was more than 1 star, like the legendary thought it would be. That's a less good drop, but also 1 star, so at least it's consistent like that. This fella, not legendary though, but we can go ahead and power attack him in the back and do some pretty good damage. We got detected there for a second. They had a spot of Alzheimer's, so we managed to get away with that. And I'm pretty sure I left a super mutant in there, so I might come back and finish him off whenever I feel like doing that. But, alright. We've had a lot of this being sneaking around. I wonder if I can get away with just basically running up and punching everything like I used to. Don't worry about the dogs howling after they die. They kind of do that, but don't let it throw you off like I almost did just now. Now, those laser rifle mutants, they're a little bit more dangerous because they seem to do a lot more damage. Funnily enough, if you hit them with the same laser rifle, you do nothing, so don't do that. But it seems that I'm able just to kind of one-punch kill everything now, and like it was pre-patch, which is good, because grinding in this game sucks, and if I can be this ammo efficient, basically not using ammo at all, that was just a horrible display of everything there. Avert your eyes. Well, that's good. And I've got a build that is basically min-max for this shit. I know that's a term that I've never really used until now, but it does mean something, because there's a lot of builds going around these days that claim to be overpowered when they're not, so we must use that term. Also, he shot me before the door even opened. Nice. Right, back into it now. No nerd rage anymore, but we'll probably gain a little bit of survivability from not being under 10% health. That was kind of my bad. I can't really blame the weapon on that. I probably should have fixed my rads before going out to combat, and I'll take my tin cans. Thank you. Bullets don't grow on trees. Well, they kind of do, because the tin cans always grow back. There's always a one super mutant out there. He's got a sack full of tin cans. He sets them up every day only for them to be torn down, like some sort of weird Christmas decoration. Let's move on to the next thing. And for once the lighting doesn't look bad. Now, I've turned the lighting quality down to, like, basically nothing, so maybe that's the reason why. It's still bloomy, though. Ugh. Okay, if we can one-shot super mutants, we can fairly decently assume that we can one-shot tools. The trick is not being punched as you're punching them, so we'll run straight in, not worry about stealth, because that gives them time to wake up and get through their animations, like doing the hello there thing, but I punched his head off before he could even say the quote, so shame on me for making sure the prequel memes don't happen here. But honestly, that's what Grievous should have did. As soon as General Kenobi landed, he should have just chopped his head off. I know that would break the canon of Star Wars, but there's so many moments like that where, you know, they could have just killed him. I got a 2-shot laser pistol. What did you get, Ghoul? You got death. I got distracted there. Stealth.exe is not working. And now I've got radworms. Luckily for me, though, where's that goddamn laser? You know what? Screw it. I don't want it. I'm not even going to pick it up. It's probably just a 1-star anyway, right? Let's see. Nope. It's a bash damage, though, so now I wish I didn't pick it up. I got distracted there because my AP ran out, because I was sprinting around and I don't have the AP restoration gear to keep my AP coming back quick, because it's all been replaced with the strength thing. But we seem to be going alright. That ghoul just kind of dived into a door frame there, which was comically inept of him, but we'll continue. Well, that one's literally the door frame itself, so maybe he was trying to get his mate out, and we died due to damage over time. I mean, there's no consequences for dying in this game, so you might as well just do it. That ghoul was surprisingly tough. I guess he was supposed to be a deadly thing, so he's going to be extra tanky, but there we go. Alright, I think we're done now. Okay, let's start taking this game a little bit more seriously, because these crackheads over here, they kind of hurt a little bit, and they're also legendary with a Mutant Slayer's pool cue. Nice. I'm rich. Ah, yes, the laser gun guy. He's a little bit scary. They've turned on the alarm, which means 2 doggos will show up, but that's no problem at all. We'll probably deal with them as they come along. We can just slip back into caution, maybe. Escape artist. There we go. Took it a bit. But now they're kind of suppressing thin air there, and... oh, for fuck's sake, game.
I really should.
Come on. What is this lag? You see, when you're playing games like Fallout 4 and any of the ones that are offline, you can't die due to that shit, but look at this. I'm leaving this in because this is ridiculous. This shouldn't happen.
There ain't nothing good out here. Nothing nowhere. It's all shit.
You can say that again, Blood Eagle. Alright, I think the thing is stabilized now. What's wrong? You scared? No, not really. Just kind of annoyed right now, to be honest. Alrighto. So, we'll pick up what we dropped in a second because we gotta kill Swan now. And unfortunately, we can't carry the small bonus of adrenaline into this, so we'll just see how we do. I doubt we'll be able to one-shot this guy because we don't have the multipliers these days, but we can give it a go. I'm guessing like a 2 to 5. Maybe a little bit more since this guy's legendary. Well, we are in danger now, and the stealth is not working as well as it ought to. Who would have thought sitting directly under a super mutant behemoth would get him mad? The trick is to stay out of his line of sight. Righto, so that was a little bit awkward and weird, and yeah, wouldn't say that was particularly enjoyable. Okay, so we'll try to do this little clip here without dying, but I think it's occurred to me that you can't really play as carelessly as you once did with these types of weapons, because if you don't plan out your attacks properly, well, you're not going to one-shot everything, and if you're not one-shotting everything, you've got a chance to die yourself, which is not good. Actually, it's more of a minor inconvenience, but still, maybe not such a good thing. And wow, that was an interesting little segue trick you did there, mate. This one's, he's hit the reverse, what is he doing? You know what, let's just bats him. It was all a clever trick to get me to die. But yes, pre-patch days, you would have given him the 1 punch and he's down for the count. That's it, problem solved. But now you got to do 2 to 3, and that's going to take a little bit more time. A significant amount more of time, and in that time, they'll have access to attack you. And I'm not done with you crackheads yet. You come back here, you bastard. There you go. There's a coward's punches in the back of the head running up to them like that. Someone just shoot a gun? Am I going schizophrenic? Who knows? We'll wake the queen up anyhow. Probably got a grenade somewhere. That'll do. Good arm. Good arm. And we got ourselves detected by a crab, but didn't pass on the knowledge to the Myelurk queen here. So we'll just hit it in the legs and we'll spin around it. So previously, this Myelurk queen would have been dead like 10 times over by now. But yeah. So basically, if you are running this, you can run it slightly how you would, but you're going to have to inject a little bit more strategy, a little bit more forethought into your gameplay, because you can't just run around punching stuff in the face and killing them instantly like you did. So, you know, a little bit of skill added by the damage nerf, a little bit of a skill gap. But if you want to use stealth, you'll be crawling around slowly, but that seems to be a much easier and much better way of getting yourself damaged. So, I guess stealth is the way to go. Where have I seen that one before? Okay, with this in mind, let's just exercise a little bit of caution here, and we actually hit that guy with the suppressed shotgun, so we're going to get that small follow-through bonus, which is helpful. Scorched Annihilator shouldn't be too much of a problem. The Scorched, even though they have been buffed with one Wasteland, they're still rather squishy compared to other things. There we go, that must have got that Scorched Beast's attention. If we do some cheeky shooting with a shotgun, we might be able to just kill him outright. Yep, that seems to do the job. And looks like we'll get old mate back to land, which means we can go up and punch him in the face, perhaps. That would have been it for him pre-patch, but no, he's going to resist that a little bit. 2 and a bit headshots will put him away. Let's just do some right away so I don't unnecessarily die again. And we've found another Scorched Beast, and looks like we'll be fighting some robots at the same time here, so a little bit of chaos injected into this last little section here. Now, I hate robots in this game now, because they're just kind of tanky, and Gutsies are extremely hard to fight in the daily ops, because they're basically snipers that can detect you as soon as possible, and I got caught in the crossfire there. Well, I don't think I could have done anything about that, so whatever. We'll just continue like nothing ever happened. And thus far, we haven't got a clip without me dying, so I'm basically the worst Fallout 76 player ever. fuck you, Mr. Gutsy. I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of your aimbotting shit. And we'll just punch this guy and kill him. So, even though regardless I've been constantly fucking up and messing up this entire video, I think you can get an idea of what kind of damage you can expect from this thing. It's fucking... Yeah, to add insult to injury, I get a broadside to finish off. But yeah, I think you get the idea. So, you know, these things aren't nearly as viable as they are before because, well... You do a lot of damage, but you're gonna have to be up close, and you can out DPS these things with a stealth commando rifle that is an automatic weapon with a suppressor. If you've got a similar sort of setup with low health and a bloodied prefix on your weapon. So whether this thing is, you know, fun to play with anymore is up to the player to decide. But I don't think it's as good anymore, simply because it's just going to get smashed and outclassed by the DPS of a stealth commander and any sort of legacy weapon as well, because again, that range is a really good utility to have. But yep, that's about it for this one. Poor Becca has been greatly nerfed. Winter, not so much. So there you go. One of the harder hit from the one Wasteland, I guess, update would be Becca, but Winter's still fine. In fact, Winter's okay. The rest of them have been hit significantly, unless I use the explosive Gatling plasma on my heavy gunner. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Be sure to tell me how much I fucking suck at this game in the comments, mixed with the car emojis.